Excellent. So let's go ahead, just begin by bringing your weight into your feet for a moment. Look down at your 10 toes, spread your toes out from the floor. Take a second, just wiggle the toes even. Good, and then take a second, press one heel, then the other heel into the floor and back, into the floor and back. So you just kind of wake up that hamstring connection into the glute through the back of the leg. Light little movement here. Roll into the balls of the feet. Roll into the heels. Roll into the balls of the feet. And then back once again. Good, we're going to try that one more time. And then from here, let's roll your thumbs out. Open the arms. Take a big stretch all the way up, lengthening out through the back. Good. And then here comes John. Go ahead with your arms all the way up, spine lengthening. Take your ribs to one side. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, take your ribs onto the other side. Good. Take that just a couple times. Press your palms into one another and try to keep the arms alongside the ears, al lado de las orejas, mientras estás doblando, while you are bending. Good. And then from here, let's take a little pause. Sweep, bring the arms back down once again. Bring your palms here in front of the heart. And now we're going to inhale, stretch all the way up, opening through the chest. Palms here back in front of the heart. Inhale, open. And exhale, right back down. Let's inhale, open. And exhale down. Pause here. Move the hands to your thighs. Stretch your head, la cabeza y la cola arriba, and then down, letting your head come down toward your toes, la cabeza moviendo en la dirección de los dedos del pie. Good, take that just a couple more times, that rounding, stretching of your back. And then let's inhale, come all the way up. This time, sweep the arms out. Good, bend the knees just a hair more. And you can exhale, lengthen the knees, create a little rotation in the ribs. So you'll inhale and exhale, reach. You wanna keep your hips steady, moving back and rotate in your ribs so this doesn't disrupt your sacroiliac, right where your hips and spine are coming together. Exhale, a couple more little twists here, just waking up your back. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Now make a back bend as you come and stretch back. Doblando la espalda atrás. Very nice. Exhale, bring yourself up into a standing position. So now let's separate your feet. So you're just moving your feet onto your sitting bones and then pick up one foot. Set it right back down. Lifting the opposite foot. And coming down just a few rounds here, just waking up a basic sense of balance. Good. Good. Beautiful. And now with your feet in that sitting bone apart, let's inhale once again, arms come up. Exhale, open the chest, find a back bend. Inhale, arms into an Utkatasana. Exhale, finding a back bend as you come up. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, and exhale up, inhale down, and exhale up. Last time, inhale down, hold down here for a moment, lightly pulse through the knees, just a few rounds. Good. And then let's follow, keeping your knees soft. Come all the way down towards the floor. Let the head melt. Shake it, no. And nod it, yes. Good. Inhale, look up. And exhale, sweep up into that back bend one more time. Shift your weight into one foot. And let the feet gradually move just a little bit wider. And you can kind of float the feet up. So again, just working to ground, find stability through the inner thighs, find a little balance. Good, so your feet are now a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Good, inhale, the arms float up. And let's exhale, find a back bend up. Inhale, the arms float wide as you take the spine forward. Exhale, reaching up. Inhale down. Exhale up, 2 more. Inhale down. And exhale up. This time, inhale down. Hands to the thighs, opposite shoulder to knee. Hombro opuesto a la rodilla. Inspirar arriba, expirar para doblar. Inhale up, exhale to lower and fold. So really feeling the sides of your back stretch, los lados de la espalda. Arriba y abajo. Arriba y abajo. Good, pause here in your center, release the arms, stretch to one side and to the other. Good, so just again, continuing to wake up your legs, coordination, connection, beautiful. Let's inhale, come all the way up. Take your 2 palms together overhead, a long stretch, over, around, and up on one side. Good, over, around, oh, and up on the other side. Let's do that one more time. Cada dirección, each direction. Long stretch of your back. And up, 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 up. Estirando. Otra dirección. So now stretching out the other way. Beautiful. Let's open the arms here for just a moment. Soft through the elbows. And from here, go ahead, turn towards, I'm going to turn my right toes out, turn my hips to meet those toes. Good. And now my back toes, to my left, are going to be turned slightly out as I reach my heel towards the floor. So let's inhale, take the arms up, and exhale, bring yourself back up nice and tall. Inhale, the arms moving up, and exhale up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up and exhale nice and tall. Inhale the arms up, hold for just a moment. Good. Through your rib cage, create a little rotation to the right. Giramos a la derecha. Y ahora giramos a la izquierda. Good. Bring your hands to your 2 hips for a moment. Let the heel lift. Set it down, lift the ball of the foot. This is your front foot, set it down. Now take weight into that front foot as you lift your back leg. Now see about just lifting, holding that leg, maybe letting it come down and up a few times. In the hip socket, waking up the legs. Good, let's exhale, move the weight back and change sides. So now I'm gonna rotate toward my left leg, whichever you go to, the leg that works for you. Hips facing forward, back heel anchors into the floor, turn your toes out. Inhale, take a long stretch, so really stretch your abdominal wall as you come up. Exhale, lowering down. Inspirar arriba, expirar abajo. Inspirar arriba y expirar abajo. Good. Inhale, let's hold this little bend. Now vamos a rotar las costillas. Good. So now you're just going to rotate your ribs. Try that the other direction. Muy bien. Back now to your center. Lift your heel. Set it down. Lift the opposite heel. Lift the ball of the foot. Que digo yo? Set it down. Hands here to your hips for a moment. Gently guide your weight into your front leg. Lift the back leg up. Beautiful. You can let that leg come down and up in the hip socket if you like. Good. And then we're going to exhale, set that leg down. Turn back to face your ordenador, your computer. Good. Shift your weight, one leg and then the other. Good. So feeling Los tobillos, feeling your ankles. Feeling your feet. ¿Cómo están? How are your feet? Your pies. Good. Muscles of the inner thighs. Hips. Just shift your weight. Pay attention to what's happening, what those sensations are. Beautiful. So right back in your center. Let's turn your right toes out, but keep your hips facing forward. Arms are going to open. Letting your knee bend over your heel. Coming right back up. So we're inhale, bend. Exhale, lift. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lift. Keep your torso, la cabeza, and your tailbone, your coccyx. Stay right lined up as the knee bends. Good. Let's hold down here for a moment. Heel, 2, 3. Ball of the foot, 2, 3. Just waking up those muscles. Excellent. And now you're going to inhale, stretch away from the leg. Beautiful. And right back up, stretching towards the leg. Good. And right back up. Toes turn in on that foot. Good. Let's try that on the other side. So the knee bends and straightens. The arm can reach with your legs. So we'll go out and back, out and back, out, afuera y atrás, afuera y atrás. Let's hold out here. Sube el talón, so lift your heel. Yeah, you can tap it a couple times into the floor. And now planta del pie. Now the ball of the foot taps into the floor. Inhale, take a big stretch away from that leg. Letting your back continue to alargar, to lengthen. Muy bien. Y arriba otra vez. Let's come over towards this leg. Beautiful. Inhale. Sweep, taking 2 arms up. Turn your feet in. And just for a moment, turn knees out and in. And let's move to the back of your mat. So you're going to inhale, sweep, take your arms up. Exhale, take a long forward bend. Stretch, reach your fingertips, walk them out. Los dedos afuera. Y también subiendo la cabeza, lifting your head. Y también your muscles, lift your thighs. Excellent. And then let's walk some weight out into your hands. We'll go right, left, right. Now pause. Lift your hips. Subimos la cadera. Beautiful. Good. And now from here, I'm going to take my right foot behind my right hand, stretch my left heel back into the floor. Or you do with your, what I would think of as the leg furthest from the computer. Whatever is going to be easiest for your brain. Inhale, coming up. Big stretch. Good. Now from here, exhale, you're going to bring both hands down. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen the back out over your tobillo, over your ankle. Good. So I'm taking my hands here. If you have a block or a prop, that can help you. Oh, yeah. Okay, so then from here, we're going to try just lifting, extending your right arm up. Pull that arm back. Good. So the arm of the front leg, let it stretch back behind you. Beautiful. Now this knee is going to bend, and you can take that same arm of the front leg forward, rotate your ribs. Vamos a rotar. So now you're rotating towards that leg. Beautiful. Exhale. Place the hand down. Now, if you like, transfer a little more weight into your front foot. Lift the back leg so the heel comes to the same plane as the sitting bone. Your 2 hands can walk out here. Good. You can reach that arm right back up. Excellent. Now take the hand down. Now take your top leg down. Bring yourself back into a nice forward bend. Inhale. And exhale, sweeping the arms all the way back up. Let's turn it around. We're going to take that same sequence all the way back the other way on the mat. So inhale, the arms float up, brazos arriba. Expirando, brazos bajando. You're going to lower down. Shake your head, doblamos la cabeza, shake your head now. Nod it, yes, continue to release your neck. Miramos arriba, you're going to look all the way up. And now walk out with the hands. Here we go. Let's go. Izquierda, derecha, izquierda. So right, left, right. And now really lift the sitting bones up. Good. Now your left foot is going to lift in the air. Good. Just hold for a moment. Bend that knee. And now bring your foot here back behind your hand. Plant your right heel into the floor. The toes can turn out. Talón en el piso. Y subimos. And then you're going to lift all the way into a warrior one. Reaching weight through the back heel. Stretching your psoas. Beautiful. Take a big breath. Inspiramos. Expiramos. Floating over this leg as you lengthen it. So now, dos piernas alargando. So you want two legs lengthening. And we'll inhale, keep moving your hips. So particularly the front hip is going to move back. So you're really getting a good stretch through your femorales. And now your left arm, or the arm of the leg that's furthest from the computer, let it reach back. Lengthen your spine as you take that leg, that hip back. Good. And now from here, bend your front knee. Take that arm forward. And make sure you keep that knee a good angle there with your knee right over your heel. And then you're going to rotate your ribs towards the thigh. Good. So you're just opening your chest towards that leg. Now let's exhale. Take your two hands down for a moment, melting the top of the head back over. Good. So now we're going to bend the front knee once again and walk the hands, andamos las manos afuera. And now your back leg, lift it. Vamos a subir la pierna. And you can stay right here or let that top arm reach back behind you. Good. Let's relax the hand, bring it down. Bring your foot back down. Oh, and now melt your back here for just a moment. Inhale, coming all the way up. Excellent. So actually, stay facing this direction. And we're going to move through external hips, moving the legs back. So this is my kind of trying to get us to move every which way approach. So inhale, arms up for a moment. And then exhale, sweep. Take your arms down here to the floor. Shake your head no. Nod the head yes. Inhale, look all the way up. Now exhale, bend the knees. Step your right foot back. Step the left foot back. So hold for a moment in just a little plank pose. Couple big breaths. And then exhale, lift your hips into an Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good, so now I'm going to lift my left leg once again and then let the knee open out. Big stretch. Beautiful. Now the left foot is once again going to come behind your left hand. Turn your right toes out to face the computer screen. And we're going to inhale the back toes, I should say, out to face the computer screen. Come up through a warrior two. So the knee is bending, the sitting bones dropping, your hips, ribs, shoulders, two parallel lines. And the head's right on top. Excellent. So now from this bend, Good. If you want to bend more deeply, walk your front toes out just a hair so that as you come into a deeper bend, still the knee, la rodilla, está sobre el talón. Your knee is still over your heel. Good. Inhale. And let's exhale. Lengthen that leg as you come stretch down into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Good. So 2 arms right over one another. Good. Stay here for a couple of breaths, just waking up. It's a long stretch. Good. And then your front knee can bend and the top arm can travel over your ear. Excellent. And then from here, you can lengthen this leg. Good. And we're going to take your top hand to your top hip. Walk that foot in just a step or two. And then your front hand, let it move forward. And then you're going to lift your back leg up. Good. From here, let's exhale, set that foot right back down. And push with your feet, bringing yourself right back up into standing. Turn your toes, pivot the other way. And then step your feet now so you're facing the other side of your mat. Good. And let's try that same sequence here on this side. So inhale, brazos arriba, take your arms up. Exhale, bajando. Let's lower right back down. Inhale, looking up. Lift your head, lift your tail. Good. Exhale, bend the knees, step the feet out into a plank. Reaching through the heels, pulling, scooping up through the belly. Good. Shoulders engaged. Use an exhale, reach your weight back. Excellent. And now your right leg lifts. The knee bends. And it can open all the way up. Just stretching your hips. Beautiful. Now that right foot can come right behind your right hand. Turn your back toes out. And then vamos a subir. Let's lift. Y aquí estamos warrior 2. So here we are in warrior 2. Remember, if you want to get deeper in this pose, walk your front toes out. Good. Still trying to line up the hips. Open this knee and lift up through this inner thigh. Shoulders opening. Beautiful. Lengthen the leg. And we're going to come down for a moment. Big stretch here. Trikonasana. Good. Now this front knee, this top knee can bend a little. Top arm can reach out over your ear. You can take your gaze up to your fingers there. Uttita Asta Parsvottanasana. Exhale, move the hand to the hip. Inhale, take a big breath. And exhale, that back leg can step in. And now your front hand can walk out one foot. Exhale, lifting this leg. Top arm can lift as well. Good. And then from here, just setting that leg right back down, lifting up, turning in. And everybody, take a second to just shake and wiggle and loosen. Whatever it was, those muscles we've just been using, working really hard through your hands, through your feet. Try to create a little relaxed movement. Arriba y abajo. And when in doubt, you know. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so now we're gonna work a little bit on tree pose. So I'm gonna take weight on my right foot, lift my left heel, open out, Slide my hand down the leg, put the foot there at the thigh, turn my toes down, and brace my hips here for a moment. Just feel my hips right underneath my ribs, right underneath my shoulders. Bueno, cadera, costillas, hombros, y brazos arriba. And then your two arms up. Good. Y vamos a bajar los brazos. So we're going to let your arms come down. The leg come down, baja, bajo. Y desde otra vez, from here once again, just a little baila, baila, baila. And now putting your weight, otro pie, you're gonna put your weight in your other foot. Lift the heel of the leg you're gonna lift here. Open the knee, abrimos la rodilla. And then from here, slide the hand down the thigh, foot to the thigh, con la rodilla afuera with your knee out, dedos abajo, toes down. Respirando muy bien. Good, feel your hips here for a moment. Las costillas, los hombros y brazos arriba. Exhale, relajamos los brazos, relax the arms, baja y baila. So try this for just a second, turning toes in and out. So thinking out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. Excellent. And then again, just light through the feet, just kind of walking in place. Excellent. So now vamos a poner un poco peso. You're going to put a little bit of your weight here in one leg. I'm going with my right. Lift your left leg up. Just hug it up for a moment. Take a couple big breaths. If it feels nice, grab onto your toe. That doesn't feel nice, obviously you don't have to do that. Ooh. Good. Take a second to get grounded, get anchored. If you like, extend the leg. Bend the knee. Release, coming down. Once again, moving a little bit lightly through your feet. So, you know, almost like a little modified pony here. It's getting your brain más cómodo, your brain a little more comfortable con el equilibrio. Cerebro cómodo con el equilibrio. Your brain comfortable with balance. Beautiful. Okay, vamos a hacerlo otro lado. So now I'm gonna put my weight in the opposite foot, lift this leg, un abrazo, give the leg a hug for a momentito. Good, grab onto the foot. Exhale, extend, just a couple breaths. Long exhales kind of help your brain settle down. Bend the knee. Exhale, release. Very nice, everybody. Good, take a little stretch, cada dirección. Good, so hugging one leg in to the other leg. Excellent. So now we're gonna go back to your right leg and lift the left. From here, grab onto the outside of your left foot or your other foot. Exhale, extend. 5 breaths. If you want, also, este brazo afuera también. Bend the knee. Release, relajamos y bailamos. Good, so, this is a lot of work for your hips. So, mucho estiramiento. So now take them all the way around. Good, just like you were watching a belly dance video on YouTube. All the way around. Excellent. So then, lift the opposite foot, turn the toes out. Exhale, lift, come, take the hand to the outside of the foot. Y vamos a estirar arriba. This arm can move out too if you want. Doblamos, lowering down. Exhale, Relajamos, just rocking your weight back into your feet. Because we all know that just like little rocking actions can be very relaxing for our nervous system. So I recommend, you know, if you've been sitting too long at your desk, if you're stressed out, your work, payroll, whatever it is you're having to work on, just get up, you know, set the timer, and for 2 minutes, slow dance with yourself, you know. Baila, baila. Yes. Well, this is my kind of yoga right here. Bailando, bailando. I think I'll remind you all that was Brahman's first word. Baila, baila. Dance, dance. Okay, let's try now. We're gonna turn this way. We're gonna work a little bit of warrior 3. So manos aquí en tu espalda inferior. So put your hands on your low back. Step one foot out. This is my pie derecho, my right foot. And then exhale, I'm gonna stretch adelante, stretch my torso forward, and keep that sense of stretching forward as I lift my left foot back. 5 breaths. Whoa, use the wall. You need to use it. And it's right there to hold you up. 2. And 1. Exhale, release. Good. Pivot in the feet. We're gonna try that on the other side. Something that might feel nice, rock your weight from one foot to the other. So front foot back. This is like in swing dancing, like a rock step. And I'm just giving, you know, when you're in line at the grocery store, just take a little rock step. Just think, keeping those tissues, your feet, your ankles, your knees, your hips, alert, active, ready for action. Okay, manos aquí en la espalda. So putting your hands here on your hips, and then exhale, lift that back leg up, and you can extend your torso forward. Good. If you lose your balance, set your foot down. My balance is wonky because of this baby I have here, throwing off my center of gravity. And then you can exhale, release, let that foot come down. Muy, muy, muy bien. All right, we're gonna make sure we save time to do seated poses, but I do want to continue to work on some of our inversions. So let's do a couple little seated poses here. And then we're gonna work on a little bit our versions of headstand, shoulder stand, and Urdhva Dhanurasana, back bend. So let's sit up for just a sec. I'm putting a little blanket under my sitting bones just for cushiness. We're gonna do a basic back bend forward Paschimottanasana, just to wake up the act of forward bending. So brazos arriba, arms up, y doblamos, stretching forward. Toe touching is not what's important here, obviously. What you wanna do is move this part of your back. Your lumbar spine wants to move forward. So this is my lumbar moving back. Can everybody see that big curve? I want to try to move that curve forward and lengthen it out as much as I can. And then if you can, you let your head rest and get 5 respiraciones, 5 breaths. Good, we're gonna inhale, look up. And now think about, I'm gonna take my right foot in towards the hip crease of my left thigh. So this is my hip crease right here. And you wanna line up, this is your 5th metatarsal on the outside of your foot. You want that guy, this bone, to line up with your hip crease. Good. So once you're here, inhale, sweep, take the arms up. And then you can come two options. Just try to stretch forward once again, so it's like you're going to move your lumbar spine towards your heel. Or another option would be to take the hand of your bent leg back behind you, and maybe even it might come around and touch your toe. You just never know. So see what happens if you try to create a little bit of binding. So what that does is it puts one hand to foot, opposite hand, or bueno, your other hand on your same foot. And then you can forward bend a little more deeply. Pulling that elbow out to the side. Excellent. So, you know, this is making me think we should do. Nikki, are you ready for this? So with your front foot, again, everybody take your time, don't force, don't push, but you could potentially bend this knee, walk it in, kind of guide that foot over your hip, and voila, this is Padmasana, lotus pose. So you may find the foot fits really comfortably up towards this hip crease, or that what your body likes is for you to put that foot underneath you. It's your limbs. So do the thing that is going to feel good to you. And then you guys, your feet are up here. They're ready for a foot massage. So just take a second and rub gently into your own sweet, darling, hardworking feet that just did all that standing yoga. Good. Just take a second. So while they're up facing you, como no. All right, now makes me think we should try a little bit. I don't know if I can do this pregnant. I think I can do this pregnant. We'll see. Padmasana, we lift. So lifted. It has a name. Lolasana, Tolasana, one of those. It's either lol or tol. And then you're gonna lift your sits bone. Can you lift them for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's hard. Okay, so now another little thing we're gonna try, if you want to, if you're feeling adventurous, so with your legs all in a jumble like this, you can take your two arms forward, exhale, reach your weight forward. As your hips come forward, you unfold your legs, voila, push it back, and then step them in. We're gonna do that pose on the other side. So I'm gonna put my blanket back underneath me. I'm gonna extend out the opposite leg. Good, and from here, lift your foot up. So outside of the hip, the foot here, your fifth metatarsal is gonna come toward this hip crease right here. And the kneecap is gonna come stretch towards your opposite knee. Good, so this is just, you wanna be here first. Then you can take your two arms, estira afuera, stretch your arms out. Good, so if this is all going great, consider taking same arm of your bent leg back behind you. And look, if you have long arms, you may find that your hand comes and touches this toe. It may not, and that's okay too. So now you're gonna inhale, lengthen your spine up. Exhale, fold towards this leg. Give it 5 breaths. Good. Inhale, coming all the way up. And now once again, so just release that little bind. And this foot, so you can start by just bending your knee, seeing if this is okay. And then letting this foot come all the way. Oh yes, my easier side. Everybody has your legs have a favorite side that they like to do. I think my legs like this one. All right, so now masajear los pies, massage your little feet. And remember, if this doesn't feel good to your hips, put this foot underneath the bottom thigh. The more time you spend here, the more comfortable they'll become. And so from here, with your little massage, with your feet, good. Now you can consider, I'm gonna move this out of the way. Now, you wanna lift up? Should we try this? You ready? Arms at your sides, little arm balance here. I was like, why is that so hard? And it's like, oh, I guess this all weighs more. It's harder to carry. So now exhale, see if you can lift for 10. Whoa, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I feel alive. Inhale, brazos arriba, your arms up. Exhale, move your weight forward. And then if you can, once again, you just let the hip crease move out. Then you unfold the legs, lift right back up. Adho Mukha. Good. Walk your hands back. And now bring your knees to the floor. Let's try a little headstand. So let your blanket come to the center of your mat just to prop your head. Remember, you don't have to go fully into a headstand. That's not what it's about. But just try to activate some of these sensations. So you could begin right now by letting your elbows move out and then pull the elbows in. In fact, I'm going to do this really quick. I like my blanket like this for headstand, just a little bit of padding. So hug your elbows in. And from here, now place those firm elbows into the floor. Let your outside edges of your fingers push down. Good. And then from here, lift your hips all the way up. Oh, so this should feel like a wonderful stretch to your back. You could just stay here the whole time. If it feels nice, now put the top of your head down. Lift the leg. Lift the other leg. Good. Lift, bring one leg in. And now your other leg in. Now just hold for a moment your knees. And then gradually, as you can, lift your thighs. Now feel your knees really anchored in space there. By firming your glutes, you can bend the knees back behind you to get a little firmness in the glutes. And then exhale, lift. Give it just a few breaths. You can softly bring the knees in. And lower down towards the floor. Good. Inhale, looking up for a moment. Exhale now. Walk your weight back towards your feet. Take your opposite hand to elbow and let your neck relax completely. Totalmente. Good. We're going to inhale, look up, look at your blanket. Fold just a corner of it up. And then we're going to lift, stand, come in front of your blanket like so. And from here, I'm going to come to rest on the floor for a moment with my shoulder blades on the mat. On my blanket and my head off. So basically, I'm just trying to create a little more space, a little more curve. So now you'll take a big breath, press your arm bones down, and exhale. Let's see if you can, from this position, knees over the chest, lift your tailbone up and take your legs into a rollover position. In the rollover position, you can walk your shoulder blades a little more together and press the arm bones down and just continue to stretch. Remember, elongating your exhales is going to help you relax. Good, so now from here, take your hands to your hips and then giving your weight to your hands. See about extending and taking your two legs up. This is Viparita Karani. It's almost a shoulder stand. What will make this a shoulder stand is when
I shift my weight and walk my hands into my rib cage. And again, just give this a few breaths. So still feel length in the backs of the legs. Reach your heels up and stretch your toes away from one another to help you keep your legs alert and active in this pose. And when you feel ready, begin to lower your thighs down. Let the arms come, stretch out, and then slowly, slowly, slowly bring the bones of your back down from that position. Place your feet on the floor for a sec, press your elbows in, and you're gonna come up onto the top of your head. So holding here for a moment, breathe, and then if you like, extend the two legs, 5 breaths. Exhale, release, let that come down. Last little pose we're gonna do, Urdhva Dhanurasana. So everybody feel your heels, talones al lado de los isquiones, so your heels next to your sitting bones, and then you're gonna lift la pelvis arriba, lift your pelvis up. Good, feeling that scoop from your gluteal group. Good. Now exhale, release, let that come down. This time we're going to work Chatuspadasana. So your hands here to your ankles, and this is just getting your lower body ready and engaged for lifting you. So with your hands at your tobillos and also creating a little stretch in your back, you're going to exhale, lift up. Give this a good 5 to 10 breaths. And when you feel ready, let that come down. And then your two arms are going to reach overhead. Bring your fingertips here to the floor underneath you. Pull your elbows in and push your feet down into the mat. So now, exhale, lift the pelvis just as we've done. Lift your rib cage, come onto the top of the head, and then lift, hold this pose for just 5 or 10 breaths. And when you feel ready, exhale, releasing, coming down. Let me just briefly check where we are with time. Yep, circle your wrists, stretch it out. You can unfold your blanket here. Bring your knees for a moment in over your chest. Open the two arms to a T shape. Take your right leg, hook it in front of your left, and then bring your knees down toward your left elbow as you take your gaze to your right thumb, your pulgar. Okay, we're gonna exhale, lift the legs up, change the cross of the two legs, and now let the knees come towards your right elbow, your codo derecho, and now your gaze, your vista en la dirección de tu pulgar izquierdo, your left thumb. Beautiful. Let's inhale, bring the two legs right back up. And now let your legs come long on the mat. And let's just pay attention to our breathing. Let your eyelids close. Let your brow soften. Let your femur bones relax. Let your inhales and exhales lengthen out. Slowly, when you feel ready, you can begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes, moviendo los dedos de la mano, dedos del pie, circulando muñecos, your muñecas. You're going to circle your wrists, circulamos también los tobillos, circle your ankles. Muy bien, abrazamos. You're going to bring your knees up over your chest, sobre el pecho. Good. Giramos a un lado, rolling to one side, pushing up, finding seated, con las palmas juntas, with your palms together, doblando la cabeza, bajando la cabeza, cerrando los ojos, closing the eyes. Tu práctica es un regalo. Your practice is a gift. Muchas gracias. Disfruta el resto del día. Namaste. Ya está.